Hey guys, today I am going to show you a little video to help you figure out how to check for Diastasis Recti, which is the gap down the middle of your abdominal wall, which occurs when you are pregnant. Sometimes it heals well and sometimes it just needs a little bit of extra help. So there are a few things that we're looking for. We're looking for the integrity of the linea alba, which is the connective tissue that runs down the center line, attaching the two abdominal muscles together. So we're looking to see how that feels. We're also looking to see the gap in between the two muscles and how big it is and where it is. And then also to see if when you do a pelvic floor lift or a Kegel, whatever you want to call it, whether you can create some good tension and control the abdominal pressure there. So we are going to start off by lying down on our back, sliding down, not doing a reversed sit-up, rolling over onto our back with our pelvis in neutral. So we don't want too much of a tilt and we don't want your back to be flat. We just want a nice neutral pelvis. So you might have a little bit of a gap in between. Knees bent. We're going to roll up our shirts and our pants down a little bit, and we're just going to feel the muscles and the tissues to see if you have any tender spots and to see if you can feel any contractions or any big dips in the muscles or in the connective tissue. Second of all, we're going to take two fingers, place them straight down just above the belly button. We're going to push down into the abdominal wall and we're going to slowly curl our head up until you feel a contraction of the abdominal wall. We're not going to curl up too much, and we're just feeling to see if we can push our fingers down into the wall or if your fingers get pushed up out of the wall, and to see how that feels. If you don't feel your muscles hugging the two fingers, then you're going to add another finger and do the same again just above. Lift up, feel the muscles hug. If you can't quite feel them hug, that's okay. Just keep adding the fingers until you feel a gentle push on either side of the fingers. So I have one finger at the moment. So when I lift up, I feel a hug. And I can't really push down very far into the wall. So we've tested that just above. You're going to do the same at the upper end. So you're going to do a curl up, see if you can feel the muscles hug. You probably can't, or you might not be able to. So then you can keep adding fingers until you finally get the hug. And again, for the lower part of the abdomen, we're going to lift up, feel the muscles hug, move and wiggle the fingers around to see if you can feel the wall. And if you can, then that's great. Record how many fingers you have. Then, once you've figured out how many fingers you have in between the gap, then we're going to start off the movement with an inhale, widening the rib cage, softening the pelvic floor, push your fingers down. Then on the exhale, lift the pelvic floor, exhale to lift, and see if you feel a difference between how the connective tissue was in the middle. Is it harder? Is it softer? Are there some squishy points? If it feels the same and it's still squishy, then we need to work on the pelvic floor movement. Roll over again to sit back up. So the key is figuring out how far you can push your fingers in. It's okay if it is squishy, if you're only early postpartum. Keep working with the core breath. And if you can create tension, then that's great. Keep working the core breath and doing the core exercises. As you feel stronger, you'll be able to progress onto more challenging exercises. So there you have it. If you have any questions at all, feel free to comment below and I will get back to you. Thank you and see you again.